This is the 2020 Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid. It's a luxury three-row SUV that is supremely comfortable, wonderfully designed, gets awesome fuel economy, has terrific performance, it's full of amazing tech, it looks great. Yet why am I not head over heels for it? Before I answer that, take a second to subscribe to the channel and hit notifications so you know exactly when our reviews come out every week. So roll with me here, okay? So picture for a second that the XC90 is a guy. Now, in a traditional relationship, the XC90 is the kind of guy that the girl's parents would love for her to marry. On paper, he's perfect. He's handsome, he's sporty, he's educated, he's got a well-paying and excellent job. He's close with his grandmother, he cooks, he cleans, yet she wants a bit of passion, a bit of fire. She's forever going to be dreaming about having a one-night fiery encounter with an Audi Q7 or a BMW X5. You get me? But let's say she doesn't act on that and she sticks with the sensible option. You do get one hell of a car, and there's more improvements for 2020 as well. This is the second generation, which has been around since 2015 and still holds up. For 2020, you've actually got more electric range from this one. This is the T8 engine. There's three engine choices, T5, T6, and T8. The T8 is the plug-in hybrid, and they've now got an 11.6 kilowatt hour battery, which gets you more electric range, a total of about 1 mile. So now you will get around 18 or 19 miles of pure electric range on a full charge. I've had it quote me on the dash here, 32 kilometers. And speaking of that dash, now standard from this year, you get this beautiful 12.3-inch digital dash. You've also got a new front concave grille, some fresh bumpers with integrated tailpipes. You got fresh wheel designs and colors. And now for the first time, you can also do this as a 6-seater. You can have captain's chairs at the back, and then the third row on this is just the 2 at the back. So you can have captain's chairs if you like. Another change in 2020, you don't have the Excellence trim available. This is the highest. This one's called the Inscription, and it's got a few things like some more chrome detailings on the outside. On the inside, you've got this beautiful black ash real wood trim. You've got a crystal gear shift knob now on this one as well, which, okay, so you're sticking with the sensible option. You're not dreaming of that fiery encounter with the Mercedes GLE as much because you have a family. Let's see how it functions for that. 1 row back. It is good news back here. It functions really, really well. So it says 37 inches of rear legroom. I feel like it's more. This is set to where I drive. I'm 6 feet tall and I got loads of space back here. So our rear facing kid seat test, plenty of space for the driver up front. Knees are not on the glove box at all. And then when you've got them front facing, there's loads of space here. And these also move back and forth. They recline as well, which is awesome. The anchor points are easy to find. You've got plenty of storage in the door bins for a couple of bottles. You've also got at the back here the sunshade, which I love. I love that feature for infants if they're sleeping in the back. You've got climate outlets here and here. Interestingly, you don't have USB charging outlets in the back or in the third row. That is really, really surprising. The premium sound system in here is exceptional. You've got beverage holders there. Third row is a little bit tighter, so just the 2 seats at the back, you've only got about 31.9 inches of leg room, so it's pretty tight back there. But you do have climate outlet in the third row as well, and some speakers, so the comfort's not too bad. By the way, this finish, this is actually higher. On the Inscription, you actually get Napa leather as standard, but on this one, you actually get this, which is a wool blend. It's 30% wool and 70% recycled polyester. I'm not sure what you would do if your kids are going to stain a wool blend. I feel like they would ruin it really quickly, but this is actually extra, so if you just want to get the standard, the Napa leather, that is awesome too. So the door arches are nice and high and wide. The doors are a good size. It opens up to a good enough angle, so the kids have got plenty of space to step into the footwell there, not impeded by that door arch. So the sensible choice is ticking some boxes. Let's check out the trunk. So with the third row down, as it is at the moment, you've got just over 34 cubic feet of space in the trunk, which is pretty much exactly the same as the Audi Q7 and the BMW X5. Not quite as much as the Mercedes GLE though. So this passes our standardized test. Stroller, 2 bags of groceries, a soccer ball and some camera gear, not a problem. But then when you have the third row up, and by the way, that third row is just manually put up and down, even the second row too. Lots of these cars, especially in the luxury segment, you'll have buttons at the trunk here that makes it go up and down. We had that on the Mercedes GLS. We even had it on the Cadillac XT6 just recently, but this one's manual, but hey, whatever. So the third row up, it still passes our standardized test, but you really have to cram it in. You've also got a bit of space taken up by where the plug is for your hybrid. Okay, there's the trunk. Let's get to the fun end. This car is unbelievably quiet. So I'm just in regular hybrid mode at the moment. It'll always take off in battery mode. You are so isolated in this cabin from outside noise and road noise. The petrol engine hasn't kicked in yet. If I just give it some more gas, sounds more like a regular gas engine there, but it is just so peaceful and so smooth. Now this car has combined 400 horsepower by the time you put the engine and the battery power together with it. So you've got the T5, T6 engine. So the T8 is the T6 Volvo engine. So it's a 4-cylinder, 2-litre turbocharged engine putting out 316 horsepower, and then you've got the battery and the 2 electric motors to go with that. So they quote combined 400 horsepower. It doesn't really work like that. This does not feel like a 400 horsepower car, but it's certainly got plenty of go by the time it joins in that battery power and that gas engine as well. Your driving modes are on a little wheel down here. You've got pure or eco drive, which you can use up lots of battery that way. You've got constant all-wheel drive, which is again going to use lots of your battery as well. Then you've got hybrid everyday use, which is what I spent most of my time in. You've got power for sporty driving. That's going to bring in your gas engine way earlier, and then you've got off-road or rough road setting as well if you want it. So this is all-wheel drive, but the gas engine takes care of the front wheels, and then the rear is taken care of by the electric. So it's an all-wheel drive system. In the States, you can still get the XC90 available as a front wheel drive as the base trim, but all-wheel drive is standard in Canada. And this T8 engine equates to some pretty outstanding fuel economy. So you're getting about 9.1 litres per 100 in the city and about 8.4 on the highway. And that's about 27 miles per gallon combined, or about 55 miles per gallon of the electric equivalent. I've had this for nearly a week, and I've done all my short driving just on battery power. I've used virtually no gas whatsoever. If you're doing longer commutes, it can be outstanding fuel economy. I've used virtually nothing. Okay, let's see how it goes off the line here. I've got it in power, sporty driving. Got it in drive. You don't have paddle shifts or sport shift at all. Wow. You can feel the torque down low with the battery. That uses a lot more battery. So you have 2 drive modes actually. You have D and you have B. D is regular drive mode, and it's going to regenerate the battery only when you're under braking. But if you pop this knob down one, it'll go to B. Now that's going to harvest the energy of your engine braking to regenerate that battery, and also when you're doing it with your brakes. So it's doing it, if I hit it now, it'll use the engine braking and pull the car up a lot more to send all that energy back to recharge the battery. And it's a really effective way of driving these plug-in hybrids. You can keep more charge in the battery longer if you're doing that. It'll even bring it up to virtually, yeah, it'll bring it up to a stop. Very, very useful. So charging, this will take around 8 hours on your regular 120 volt outlet. Obviously more if you're putting it on a faster charger, the 240 volt, and this doesn't have DC or fast charging capabilities. The infotainment system is pretty decent as well. The one thing about this infotainment system, I love how you can just swipe to the left and get all your driver assistance technology. Your reverse camera on this is excellent. The 360-degree camera, the resolution of it is really nice and crisp. You've got your parking assistant on this, park in and park out as well. And then you've got your apps as well. This has got Sirius Satellite, this has got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's got all of it. And your voice commands are pretty good as well. So you can even do things like turn on air conditioner.
Turning on air conditioning.
So you can do all of that hands-free with the voice if you like, which is good because Most of it, there's not a lot of tactile buttons here at all. It's all going to be on your touch screen, which really is distracting. I mean, you're always having to look at the screen you don't get any haptic feedback from it either. So to be able to have the hands-free voice commands is actually really handy. This gets a top safety pick from the IAHS. It also gets 5-star rating from the NHTSA, and your driver safety package is excellent as well. I've got a head-up display. You've got all your lane keep and your blind spot and your collision avoidance. All of that is built in. In the US, the base trim Momentum in front-wheel drive starts at $49,345, up to the Inscription with the T8. This is $73,300. In Canada, base model $61,250. That's the T5 engine with all-wheel drive as standard. And the Inscription, the plug-in, is $85,800. So that's the 2020 Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid. Hopefully you found this review useful. If you did, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel because we put out brand new reviews every single week. Till next time from Family Wheels, I'm Kai.